flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is Monday, May 7th. If you have any questions, comments, come up to the microphone, give us your name and address, and tell us what's on your mind. Call the roll, please.
Cedar,
Here.
Ellery,
Here.
Kinsfater,
Here.
Kleeman,
Here.
Koopa,
Here.
Laporte,
Here.
McCartney,
Here.
all present, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. What number? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Ellery, yes.
Can we add to the agenda in new business the residency clause?
All right, I'm going to ask for a motion to add that to 8D.
I'll make the motion, Your Honor.
I'll support.
All right,
I'll second it.
we have a second.
Motion made by McCartney and seconded by Ellery.
Call the roll.
to add. Laporte,
Yes.
McCartney,
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater,
Yes.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Koopa,
Yes.
Cedar,
Yes.
carried, Your Honor.
All right, go. So 8D is residency clause. All right. 4, consent agenda A, city council minutes of April 16th and May 1st, 2018 special, and April 16th, 2018 regular meetings. Recommendation approved. B is the cemetery board of trustees minutes of November 7th, 2017, January 30th, March 13th, 2018. Recommendation received. And C is the St. Clair Historical Commission minutes of December 14th, 2017, and March 15th, 2018. Recommendation received.
Motion to approve A through C as presented.
Motion is made and supported. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we will go to number 5. Ordinances resolution. A is ordinance introduction, 2018-07 MIP amendment.
Your Honor, I can take that one. Your Honor, members of City Council, before you on this proposed amendment under item 5A is a change to our local ordinance for minors in possession of alcohol. Previously, or currently, it is a misdemeanor offense for a minor to possess alcohol. And at the end of last year, effective January 1st of 2018, the state of Michigan changed the law to make minors in possession first offense a civil infraction. It's no longer criminalized. And what was previously the penalty for a first offense is now the penalty for a second offense, and so on and so on. So what this proposed amendment does, it simply aligns our ordinance with the current state law so that any tickets that the city writes would now be under city ordinance and not under the state law. We haven't had any issues arise in the first several months of the year, but with the weather warming up and the graduation season upon us, it's probably the time to get this housekeeping in order.
Make a motion to approve.
Support.
All right, the motion made and supported to introduce the ordinance. Any questions? Call the roll, please.
McCartney,
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater,
Yes.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Koopa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Cedar,
Yes.
introduced, Your Honor.
Thank you. Would be Resolution 18-8, revision of local government approval of liquor license application Drifters Restaurant and Lounge. Is that you?
I think the city clerk's going to take that one, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you.
Yes, I will take that item. In your packet is a revised local government approval that refers to a resolution that was previously approved for Drifters Restaurant and Lounge. The Michigan Liquor Control Commission requested a change in the wording on the license. There's no change to the content or anything else with the application for the liquor license. It just is a revision for the following license definition. It's recommended to approve, please.
Motion to approve. Support.
Support.
All right, motion is made, supported. Questions?
I do have a question. What was the change?
Under the definition for the following license, they wanted it changed. I don't have the original one in front of me, but it just wasn't detailed enough. They wanted the actual MCL referenced. So the attorney for Drifters Restaurant provided the original draft, was sent to the state came back and asked for a revision. So the attorney gave it to me, and I'm bringing it back to
So is
council.
that what's been holding up their
Possibly. I believe it's his paperwork, yeah.
Any other questions? Call the roll, please.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater.
Yes.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Koopa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
McCartney.
Yes.
Cedar.
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, 5B, Resolution 18-9, local government approval for MLCC application, Menina's Winehouse LLC.
Yes, before you is the same document that is required for an application for any type of liquor license through the state of Michigan, the local government approval. This one comes from a new business coming to our downtown area, and it is for a manufacturer and wholesale new license. So you can see on the application, it is worded specifically for the following license, and again, it is referencing the specific law. And this is just the council recommending that the application be sent. It's giving your recommendation to the business. And we do have the owners present with us today, if you have any questions.
Where is this going in the mall?
The address is 201, so it's in between,
Could you come up to the microphone?
oh, sorry. Name and address? My name and address? Oh, no, my name's James Meldrum. My address is 4126 Newman in St. Clair. And my wife and I purchased one of the mall properties. We won't be leasing it, but we purchased the property, and it's 201, so it's in between what would be the resale shop and the Chinese, the Dragon Walk. That building in there, there was one for lease, one for sale. We purchased the one that's for sale, and we're in the process of going through.
Is it on the east side or west side?
It'll be on the west side. It's on the west side. Actually, it's the only place in there for sale. It has the all glass front. The address is 201. I didn't even
Used to
know
be
that it had
Congo's
an
Visual
address.
Jewelry Store there.
Pardon?
No, it's the old Body Life.
It's the old
Oh, Becca's.
massage type.
Yeah.
I guess she had the massage.
Tattoo parlor?
Ru-
Tattoo
Yeah.
parlor in there? Oh. Yeah.
I'd make a motion, Your Honor, to
I
approve that.
support.
Thank you. Thanks, Jim. All right, motion's been made and supported. Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Kinsfater.
Yes.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Koopa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
McCartney,
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Cedar.
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
Thank you and good luck, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll go to 6. Reports of administration, Mr. Booth.
Your Honor, I have a few items this evening. I'll start by stating that the city's first draft of the 2018-19 fiscal year budget is complete. Each council member has a copy on their desk. A budget hearing will be held at our next council meeting, which is on May 21st. I encourage each of you to review it and schedule an appointment to go over so I can answer any questions you may have. Next item I wanted to update council on was the Range Road intersection. AEW has established a schedule, or at least a preliminary. May 21st, plans and specs should be available for bidders. June 5th, bids are going to be due back to AEW. And then on the 18th of June, we're looking at bringing it forward to council for approval. So again, that's the Range Road intersection at Kearney/Brown. And the asphalt that's currently in there, what's left, will be replaced with concrete. Next and last item, I wanted to provide an update. Our utility account where we bill rubbish out of has a fund balance. And back September 24th of 13, we provided a $35 credit back to each household. And currently we have 2,177 resident accounts. So what I'm looking to do is I want to bring that down to about a 10% cushion, and then the rest of it will be refunded back to the residents. And that's going to be somewhere between $32 and $34 each. So, and that'll go out in the next quarter. That's all I have.
Any questions for Mr. Booth?
Geez, you need our approval or just, oh,
I think we've talked about it quite a bit. I know several council members have asked me. I guess if you want to give approval, you can, but
I'll make a motion to direct administration to set up the system, do the refund to the
I'll
residents
support
for
your
the,
motion.
for the discounted rubbish. Credit? Is that how I do it? Yeah, credit.
I support that.
All right. Motion made, supporting questions? You may not want a credit? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Downey, you have anything?
Your Honor, I have one item. In the next 30 to 45 days, the city's going to be filing a couple of lawsuits that are required by the state law to amend plat maps in the city to reflect street vacations. One of those vacations has already occurred last fall. City Council approved the vacation of Rough and Orchard Streets. I think prospectively, administration's working on bringing this to council's attention. We're working on a vacation of Francis Street from the Pine River to South 7th Street. But in order for these vacations to be recognized by the St. Clair County records, a lawsuit's got to be filed that notifies all people who live within 300 feet of the vacations. So the way you get notified is that you're named as a defendant in the lawsuit. And I just want members of the public to understand if, they're going to be sued here, that they've done nothing wrong. It's merely a procedural requirement of the state law that we're obligated to file. My office is going to be sending a letter to those residents and business owners. The list has already been generated. We know who the affected property owners are. So I encourage anyone who's got a question to contact me or anyone in my office who can provide greater detail on it. And then shortly after the arrival of the letter, they will be receiving the lawsuit once it's been filed in circuit court. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
So we put your number on it, right?
That's right.
Okay.
All right, any questions for Mr. Downey? All right, we'll go to C, City Departments. We have a presentation tonight. Therese?
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of the City of St. Clair Recreation Commission, and I'm here to address the Imagination Station. For those of you, I don't know how many in the audience were involved, the Imagination Station was built as a community build project in 1994. So we're over 20 years old, almost 25 years old for the playground. And on behalf of the city, I thought it was time that we really took a serious look at the playground as far as repairs and renovation. So I contacted Leathers and Associates. They were the original architects that worked with the city on the community build back in 1994. And since it's a custom-built playground, I thought they were the best ones to assess the playground structure. And the person that did the inspection was a certified playground inspector. We wanted to look at accessibility of the playground, compliance with current safety standards, and the overall condition of the playground. And I will get to my slides eventually here. But first of all, it's a wood structure. It's over 20 years old. It's a well-used playground. So there is substantial splintering and damage to the playground structure itself. Splintering itself is a potential hazard and can cause serious injury. We have identified different areas that are main concern: the entrance ramps, the access ramps, and some of the handrails and posts. So that is a concern. The city has treated the wood on a regular basis as part of our routine maintenance. So again, it's not due to lack of maintenance, it's due to use and age of the equipment. And then the slides will show a little bit of the individual pieces of equipment. So I need my little clicker here. The first two slides are the swing sets. And again, you can see the swing set here is a wood structure. There is splintering. A lot of the brackets and hardware are rusted and need to be replaced. I don't know how many of you were involved with the original playground, but we had a lot of tire elements on the playground. We had cutout tire swings. Those have been removed for safety reasons, and also any tires that are on the playground right now were non-radial tires, and we just can't find those anymore. But we do have, I don't have a picture of it, we do have one tire swing, but again, because of the age, it just gets more and more difficult to get replacement parts. So this is, on the other side here, is an example of an updated tire swing that maybe could be used to replace the existing one there. And the second slide, again, is an example of an updated swing here. They call this a friendship swing. And this is a multi-use, multi-generational swing. It's made for adults and children. So you can get on the swing with your child or your grandchild and share that experience with them. So this is just, again, another example of components that are available for the playground. This is another piece of equipment, the track ride. This has actually been removed and not replaced with a new piece of equipment. We could not get replacement parts, and again, it's the wood frame structure. So this is another example of what could be replaced here. And I don't know if you had children on the playground, this particular piece of equipment, you had to kind of lift your child up and kind of follow them all the way to the end to make sure they didn't fall off. This other slide, I don't know how much you can see that. There's a little landing area for the kids to line up. This is a little pod that they can get on themselves, and it just allows for more independent play on the playground. Here is another tire feature on the playground. This is a tire ladder. And really, Leathers and Associates, they recommended that we remove all of the tire features. Again, they can't be replaced. They're cracked. They're worn out. And Leathers provided this example over here as a possible replacement for this tire. So it's just an upgrade and an improvement to the playground. I will mention there was also a tire shark ride. If any of you, again, were involved, it was a big tire element there. That has been replaced with a vertical wall climb. So we have added some equipment that we've had to take out. This one right here is an existing net climber, and this is made out of chain link and rubber coating. And Leathers and Associates, they're recommending that you get rid of all of that. The chain link, there's always some hazards there with pinching hazards. If it's rusted, it weakens the equipment. And they are recommending that any of these climbers to replace it with cable. And we actually have this climber. There's a little spider climber right over here. And there's another bridge climber that's all made of the chain and rubber. The next one, this is a rope climb. So this is the existing rope climb here. And then this is an example of just adding, new products today, recycled plastic or composite. You can just make some minor changes to this area and really upgrade it and enhance it and give it a much better look. I will say this is one of the areas that is not in compliance with current safety standards. This opening is too wide, and we're looking at a temporary fix to close that off, but it will need a permanent redesign to that feature. The other thing that's I wanted to point out is a lot of these pieces of equipment, like the track ride, the swing sets, and things like that, they're standalone pieces of equipment. So you can easily replace those without changing the whole design and structure. And I think, is that my last slide? I'm going to go one more. Oh, we'll go back because that's a big announcement there. So basically, in conclusion, let me get to my notes here. We have a piece of playground that has been well used over the years, and we also want to recognize that there is a strong community connection to this playground because it was a community build. We do have maintenance issues and we have some safety compliance issues, but we feel an update will reduce overall maintenance, bring the playground back to safety compliance, and with new additions to the playground, we hope that it will ensure that the structure is around for another 20 years. So the estimate for the renovations and rebuilds that we received from the report was about $175,000 to $200,000, and that was using a community build aspect to it. So I am pleased to announce we have another person that's part of this presentation, Mr. Dan Lockwood from the St. Clair Rotary Club. He is the current president, and he's here to let us know about some community support and partnerships that for this project. And we have Woyasa. I'll go one more slide.
The St. Clair Rotary Club has pledged $30,000 over a 6-year period for this project. And one of the reasons we've made this pledge is on June 12th, the Community Foundation of St. Clair is doing a big campaign. It's called the Big Give. And there will be a match from the Community Foundation of any checks that are presented that day. So what the Rotary Club is doing is we're asking people if they'd like to donate to this, would they write a check to the Community Foundation of St. Clair, and on the memo line, put down the Imagination Station and send it to our club so we get it by June 12th. And there's the address for the Rotary Club. But what's really nice is the Rotary Club voted on this last Monday. A couple in the community heard about it and have contacted us, and they have said that they will match dollar for dollar up to $5,000, any amount of money that's raised on the Big Give on June 12th. So in this particular case, anyone who makes a donation will get a dollar for dollar match up to $5,000, plus it will be a match from the Community Foundation, and that'll be dictated on how much is raised. They have a pool of around $50,000 to $60,000 that'll be matched. So that's how we're planning on going on and raising this. In case you're also wondering where the other $140,000 is coming from, Trees has written some grant requests, and they'll be reviewed the next couple weeks from some of the granting organizations. We'll see how they go.
Thank you. Good job, you guys.
So if you have any questions, the two of us are here.
Any questions? Any questions from the audience?
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Therese.
We expect all of you to come out for the community build.
I was 25 years younger when I did it.
Do you want me to just leave it up, or?
Do you have to hang at the bottom, Teresa? On that
Projector. Thank you.
All right, we will go to 6D, authorities, boards, commission, committee chairs, council reps. Anybody have anything?
I do, Your Honor. I have one thing. Being the council rep on the Recreation Committee, I know that there's been a lot of work gone into a few of the projects that one of them is seen tonight. And part of the community survey, Greg Park coming back time and time again as being one of the top, I don't know requests or requirements, but one of the top pieces of our community that is used all the time. So I think Teresa's done a great job with presenting this. So
Thank you. All right, we have no unfinished business. 8, new business. 8, approved DEQ scrap tire market development grant agreement.
That's it, Your Honor. Tonight, I ask for council's approval to accept the scrap tire grant that will be utilized to repave 3rd Street between Brown and Vine. The grant funds total $141,279, and with a project cost of $282,558.
Make a motion, we
Support.
All right, motion's made and supported. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Would it be St. Clair County Metropolitan Planning Commission Master Plan Update Proposal?
Your Honor, I'll take that one as well. The city's master plan was last updated in 2012 and needs an update. Metro Planning has set forth a proposal of not to exceed $11,221. Having a current master plan is important when the city seeks funding for projects within the city. They recently did the rec master plan. Did a real nice job on that, and it makes a lot of sense to, I believe, to have the the county do that with their planning department.
Make a motion, we approve.
Support.
All right, motion made, support. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? C, approve purchase of Jacobson GP 400 Pine Shores Golf Course.
Mr. Beeth.
Mr. B. Step forward, young man. Tell us about what you want now.
Do you have all the info, Mike?
They have the information in front of them. The Golf Commission has looked at the same information, I believe, and approved replacement of the, it's a box mower,
Triplex mower,
triplex. And
real mower.
we're getting it to replace one that is,
Jacobson, yeah, we didn't go out for bids because there's only one place to buy it, and that's Jacobson. It's a demo. We've had really good luck buying demos. The last few purchases we've made have all been demos, and that's worked really good for us. This one works out to be half the price of new, and it was demoed last year. It's got about 200 hours on it. And we're replacing a 1999, and that one, while it's still in pretty good mechanical shape, it burns so much oil that we can almost have to come in and fill it back up with oil before we can finish the cut. So I know Tom likes us to use as much oil as possible, but
Mosquitoes.
For the mosquito perk.
right,
so,
right.
so that the people in the audience know, the old one has 3,740 hours on it, which is
Correct.
probably quite a bit for something like that.
I'd make a motion, Your Honor, to
I'll
approve the
support.
purchase.
All right, motion made, support to approve the purchase. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a couple. It's the only place you can buy this mower, is from these people?
Yes,
All right, just right from the manufacturer, I presume then?
yes.
All right,
Yep.
what are we gonna do with the old one?
We're gonna put it on the state bid. State bid site like we do the trucks and that.
I'd like to see it sit out front, let the local people have a chance to
There's,
get it.
I would be
That's just
open
my
to that, but
opinion.
there's an ordinance against it. I mean, as far as we, not allowed to put anything out for sale. I mean, if you guys wanted to okay it,
I'd like to see it.
I would be fine with it, but
Get
it,
a hold of it,
yeah.
but that's just my opinion. For a while, if you don't sell it.
Whatever you
put it on the
got, whatever
website.
you guys like.
Does anybody want to make a motion to violate an
There's a
ordinance?
there's a motion to purchase right now on the
Right.
table, so.
All right, any other discussion about the motion to purchase? Now, let's call the roll on that, please.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Koopa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
McCartney,
Yes.
Ellery,
Yes.
Kinsfater,
Yes.
Cedar,
Yes.
carried, your honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can the public go on the state bidding site or no?
I'd like to make a motion to try to sell it locally first.
I'd support that
Use one.
motion. I'd support that motion.
All right, motion made and supported to sell it, try to sell it publicly first?
Try to sell it locally, publicly, give it so much time, a month or so. If not, put it on the website.
All right. Any discussion or questions?
I would have a question for the attorney, though. Is there anything special we have to do to amend or to alter that ordinance?
I'd have
Allow
to
us do
review that, Councilmember McCartney. I'd have to discuss that with Mr. Beeth, and you may be able to grant the motion without publicly displaying it. It could be put on the city's website or promoted at city council meetings.
You want to alter your motion then, so you don't have to go through that, just to maybe advertise it on the website and on
At least put it on the
Channel
sign or
6, and
something,
instead of trying to alter our ordinance?
I'd
Then I,
like to- Yeah, that's what we need to, like I say, let people know that at least it's there.
then I would support that motion.
All right, any other discussion?
So what is the language of the motion on the floor?
The motion would be to advertise it on our website or on CTV before we put it on the state's website. Is that right, Bill?
Any means that we could advertise it.
I could put it on the sign.
Sign, yeah, that would work. I mean, just stir a little interest.
As long as it doesn't violate our ordinance.
Maybe we can get it in the voice.
He did listen, he is
For free.
listening. He is listening.
All right, so the motion's been made and supported. We're gonna put it on the sign at Pine Shores, we're gonna put it on the website. The Voice will probably mention it.
Channel 6.
All right, so, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. We'll go to D. This is Mr. Ellery's residency
Yeah.
clause.
I make a motion that we put forth on the November ballot, have the attorney go through the residency clause to be in the ward where you are being elected to and stay in there.
Okay, so you're asking the attorney to draft some language to bring back to us.
Right.
Right. That's the motion. Is there any support to that motion?
I'll support it.
All right, the motion made and supported. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Opposed?
There's one nay vote. Member
Noted.
Kufa. Okay, so let's move to claims and accounts, April 20th and 27th and May 4th.
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to approve as presented. Support.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
One opposition.
Noted, thank you.
And number 10, public comment. Anybody have anything out there tonight? Let's go to the cause.
Yeah.
Mr. Sayers?
Good evening. Tom Sayers, I live at 952 Thornapple. I was just wondering what is going to be happening with this street. Mr. Shinsky told me just a little bit ago that it is going to be done, but do you have any idea when?
I don't think we have a date yet, but it's going to be done this summer.
This summer?
Isn't that right?
Or fall. But yes, the planning is to do it this year.
This fiscal year.
Okay.
Not
And
this
then
fiscal year.
also, do you have design plans? I mean, John told me that you're going to do away with the cul-de-sac? Or,
There has been no final decision yet. That has been
Okay.
talked about for sure.
because
Do you have
I do have a drain going into that. So,
Legal drain?
yes,
Kidding.
the city hooked it up. Well, Jeff, I don't know, maybe he hooked it up for me, so,
That's probably right then, you know.
yeah. So, city employees did it, so.
It was a joke,
okay.
Tommy.
So, sir, what we're doing is we've had the engineers look to see if we need to do any utility work before we do any kind of paving, because we don't want to put the asphalt down and then need to remove it.
Dig up where
So-
it's starting to cave in at the end of
Going
the
through that
driveway.
process, and as soon as we can, just like with the corner over here at Range, as soon as I have some sort of an estimate on a timeline, I'll share it with council, and
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll stop by Mr. Shinsky's house.
yeah, I'll get my information from him. Thank you.
Mr. Booth, at this time, maybe, can you give us just the audience a quick update, what our projected plans are this summer, fall, as far as roads, what we're going to attack?
Well, we talked about the corner at Range, Brown, Kearney. We're looking at redoing Henry Street from Clinton to Fred Moore. 11th Street from Clinton to just past Cedar. We're gonna have to go past the intersection a bit because it's in pretty poor condition. And we're also looking at Thornapple, of course. And, yeah, 3rd Street.
3rd Street between Vine and...
And Brown. And we know the hill needs to be done as well, going down behind the plaza. That's on the list. That's gonna take a little more work as far as figuring out the drainage and some of that stuff, so.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public? All right, let's go to number 11. Do you have anything from council? I do have one thing. We should all be very proud of the Michigan Municipal League. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I didn't bring
Do you want to read it? Do you
the
want?
document. Do you?
I have it right here. but-
No, go ahead.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. So we got a letter from the Michigan Municipal League, and throughout the state, you know, workers' comp, safety, they award every year cities that lead the pack. And lo and behold, guess who's number one? So, that's what we're just putting that right there. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're going to go to the closed session. I'm going to ask for a motion to confer with legal counsel for the purpose of discussing confidential attorney-client communications concerning a legal opinion from counsel, and we will be taking action when we come back out of closed session. You are welcome to wait. Enjoy yourself. If not, thanks for coming. Thanks for your courtesy. Careful going home.
I'll make the motion, Your Honor.
Support.
All right, the motion is made to go into closed session for the purpose of discuss attorney-client communications. Call the roll, please.
Koopa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
McCartney?
Yes.
Ellery?
Yes.
Kinsfather?
Yes.
Kleeman?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Carried, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We don't adjourn right